Taurus, the bull. Here's your reading for September 2017. Just as a reminder, guys, this is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And remember, guys, that sometimes these messages here, they can cross over, so either it'll be happening to you or be coming from you. So apply it to your guys' unique situation. If you guys would like to book a private reading, please see the description box for a link there and information upon how to obtain one. Okay, let's go ahead and bless the deck, and then we'll get started. Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede this reading to provide Taurus with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks, and please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay every single message as they're meant to be. Okay, Taurus, you're coming into the reading with the Magician. Pretty good card. I like it. All right, Taurus, let me straighten this out. Okay. Let me explain the card positions to you, because there's kind of a lot going on here. These are the two issues at hand. These two cards right here for each of the issues at hand. This kind of these are what's keeping the issue at bay, or what's keeping them bound, or you bound to them. These cards right here are ways to come out of it, or the flip side, or the good things that can come from them. Advice basically for the issues at hand. Your foundation, what you're resting on, obviously how you come into the reading, and what is crowning you or in your thoughts. Okay, Taurus, I can see you're manifesting things. You're trying with the Magician here. You could be dealing with maybe a Sagittarius. This is Temperance. That's really it for Major Arcana. Okay. Okay, so yeah. I can also feel, Taurus, like you're revisiting your past a little bit. There's a struggle, Taurus, between forgiveness or for just walking away. And I feel like you're having a hard time deciphering or discerning between the two in terms of the course of action, Taurus. Let's see. I want to start over here. Okay. So, 6 of Cups, 5 of Swords reversed, Temperance, 8 of Cups, 10 of Cups reversed. When I see the 10 of Cups reversed, in this spread, Taurus, I can kind of see that it's maybe a misalignment of your values. Kind of leaning towards that a little bit. And I feel, Taurus, like with the 6 of Cups here and the 5 of Swords reversed, I kind of feel it's like you're trying to revisit the past and you're seeking forgiveness, whether you want to give it or you would like it, given to you. And I can see that maybe certain situations that you have went through maybe have not been the very best. But I can see that you are willing to either accept it or to give it. So that's good. I can't argue with that. But what I think, Taurus, needs to happen maybe to either set this in motion, to kickstart this, is possibly looking at certain aspects of the issue or the situation or the person, for you, whatever the case may be, since it's a general reading. Making the correct decisions, but the correct decisions in terms of looking at what's important, what's most important. Now, whether that is, whether that agrees or contrary to your desires. It's ultimately what needs to be done. And it's ultimately, Taurus, when you do these things, or you're an earth sign, you're grounded. So you understand the importance of making the proper decisions and of doing the right thing. And that's ingrained into you. It's part of your DNA. So Taurus, when I see temperance here in the Eight of Cups, it's like, make sure to make the right decision. Because if you make the wrong decision, but you make the decision based upon your desire, not basically what's most important, given that what's important is ingrained in you. I believe that if you make it for your desires, you're going to have that in the back of your mind. You're going to have that in your subconscious, and it may haunt you, in the long run. Eight of Cups is needing to walk away. Just having to leave completely, And I also feel with temperance here, it's like, leave if you feel like there's nothing left to give. Now, I hate to say that, and I don't like to give you guys that type of advice, or my clients that type of advice either. But I feel like that's maybe what is needed. I'm also picking up that maybe if you leave, you may not get the chance to reconcile things, or you may not get the chance to make up for them, may not get the chance to even maybe show your compunction, maybe. So it's like, what must be done is what must be done. Just be careful with just the ends justify the means, though. That's kind of where I'm leading to, or leaning towards. Because, I don't like to give you guys type of advice where, for sure, do it. I like to give you guys everything that I'm getting from the messages, give them to you, and then ultimately let your free will make the decision. Because in your mindset, Taurus, like, Nine of Cups reversed, Five of Cups, emotion on top of emotion. I'm getting a sense of debilitation. Like, this is really affecting you. Nine of Cups reversed, just lack of commitment in terms of emotion. And whether that is coming to you or from you, it's a general reading, guys, so apply it to your situations, but it's not having that emotional fulfillment, but more with yourself. I look at the Nine of Cups as a self card more than other people involved in a situation. Because the Ten of Cups is emotional fulfillment, whether that's with yourself or other people, but usually it includes other people. Having everything that you need, and that more than likely includes family. But the the Nine of Cups reverse is more leaning towards yourself. Five of Cups, despair, sadness, not being able to be confident and proud of what you feel inside. So I feel like it goes hand in hand right here. That's what I'm saying. It's more with yourself, I feel. Even though there are two people here. But I just feel like that. And what you're resting on is you want to let go of the burden. You don't want to carry it anymore. It's becoming very tiresome. But the Two of Wands, I feel you're caught. You are between a rock and a hard place. I feel like it's very hard for you to make this decision, whatever the decision may be for you, or the circumstances that are at hand. If we move over here, Eight of Swords reversed, King of Wands. I'm sorry, I think that's the Queen of Wands. Yeah. No. King of Wands. The Page of Wands reversed, both reversed. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles upright, Six of Pentacles upright. So when I see this, it's like, you know how to relieve some of this tension, or you know how to come out of it, or what's going to prevent you from feeling trapped anymore, or any longer, I should say. And I feel like you're tired of giving, like you're tired of trying and of giving to people, giving to the situation. And I'm looking at this two ways right here, these two clarifier cards for the Eight of Swords reversed. I'm looking at it like, okay, the first way is, giving, 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 and maybe things not working out the way that you necessarily want them to, or not being able to create that which you imagine, or what, not being able to create that as to which you are giving the situation to, I always give the classic example of working, 50 hours for work, you expect that 10 hours of overtime in terms of monetarily, for sure. But what if you only got 40? You only got paid, I'm sorry, for 40 hours instead of 50. You'll be like, well, what the hell? That's not what's supposed to happen. So I feel like you are kind of tired of trying sometimes. And I can also see that the other way as to which I'm seeing this is that you need to start to give to yourself so that you can then change the situation and mold it into how and what you want to mold it into to manifest it. But it's going to start, in order to, how to manifest it is it's going to start by giving. It's going to start by being charitable, giving to yourself, I feel, though. Because the Eight of Swords is a very self card. But I feel like up here, Taurus, I'm leaning more towards not being able to mold it into what you want to because of the constant giving. Okay, I'm also picking up, when I say that, I think I'm going to go with that. I'm also picking up, because I just got messages in terms of going with that, going down that avenue or with that avenue. But I'm kind of picking up like giving in a certain way that you necessarily really don't want to, but maybe it's working, maybe for everyone else, maybe not for yourself, but nevertheless, it's working. Up here, I'm feeling like it's coming to a point where you're ready to be very radical. It's kind of what I'm getting at a little bit. Like, you're ready to just be like, screw it, YOLO, I'm out. And being very assertive. Because you're hoping that if you are assertive and you do things that may be out of anger, or you do things out of leading to like manipulation, since it is assertive, just going at it full force with both horns just out, and who gets clipped is who gets clipped. But we don't want to do that, Taurus, because then you know that the ones who do get clipped, what if they don't necessarily deserve to get clipped? Then you're left to deal with that aftermath. And it sucks for me to say that, because then that's kind of contrary to what's going on here. So I can feel that there is back and forth right here, which is why the Two of Wands is here in reverse. It makes total sense by that this is your foundation. But is this type of energy up here coming in full force, is it really going to get you out of being trapped? I just picked up, maybe, Taurus, giving to the right thing will help mold the situation into something favorable. Now, whatever that is for you, Taurus, that's going to be on an individual basis. But you have a lot of thinking to do, which is why you have the Nine of Cups reverse and the Five of Cups upright in your mindset. This soul, all right here, it's coming together. So, I hate to say so well, because this is not a well situation, it's not a great situation, But in terms of keeping the consistency of it, it all makes total sense. I've never probably seen so far such, how can I say it? I don't want to hurt your feelings, but something so perfect in terms of how the cards are laid out. Like how they're responding to each other. Like this, like it's so undeniable. It's very unambiguous as to what's going on here. It all makes total sense. Now, do you deserve to go through this? Absolutely not. But is it verifying in terms of how you feel if this pertains to your life? Of course. This is like perfect, crazy. Crazy perfect. That makes sense. I hate to say I really don't think that I have advice in terms of my own personal perspective on it. In terms of how to kind of maybe come out of this. I gave you a little bit of advice here, but I don't feel like it's maybe anything you can maybe take away. And I hate that sometimes. So maybe, once again, it's, like a beautiful disaster. I know that sounds very strange. It's like, the rules of opposition, kind of. I think that's going to be the name of you guys' video. Rules of opposition. It's crazy. I mean, because here you have Four of Wands reverse. The first level of completion, Taurus, not coming or not being laid out. That makes sense, given the circumstances that are going on here. And I almost want to say like this is a perception thing, but not really. I mean, if these are the situations at hand, it's tough to, approach or to even try and find a solution. I want to say that maybe just let things ride out, Taurus, like, and then when you do see an avenue, maybe take it. But it's going to take a lot of discernment. It's going to take a lot of planning. It's going to take a lot of giving to certain situations that you can control, or that that you can mold, that you can take. That's going to mean to be that of viability to get you out of feeling trapped. But don't go about it in this anger, in this berating manner, in this berating way. Because, like I said, I don't think that you are going to like that side of you. And then the aftermath is just horrible. Here we have the Tower reverse. Tower reverse can, signify trying to avoid the inevitable, or trying to maybe avoid a disaster. Normally I would, when I see this card in certain areas reverse, I would usually jump all over you guys. But I feel like here, this is telling you, the Tower reversed, to avoid a disaster in terms of approaching a situation in a very berating manner. Don't do that. I think that's what it is, that it's here. I just feel like there's a connection here between it, because it's going to further push you into the Ten of Cups reverse. Yeah, their Nine of Cups reverse is, remember, self. This is your environment, so both are reverse. Let's not push yourself further into the Nine of Cups and then further into regret and despair, because it's already in your mindset. You don't need to add to that. I want to say, Taurus, that in conjunction with how I was saying how I believe that Tower card is alluding possibly to not to be in this, berating manner, or to approach it like this. But I want to also say about the Tower card reverse, like, it's also a chance to maybe lessen the degree or impact, of a change that is possibly maybe about to enter your life, where you may be kind of like forewarned, given that, you know, your circumstances here. Or, you know, you can possibly have an intuitive sense that something major is gonna possibly happen, you know, given that the forgiveness is here and then the wanting to walk away, making the correct decisions, you becoming fed up with it, and then giving to the situation and molding something that's going to bring you out of being trapped. You know, like I feel like there is something that's going to come out of this for sure, and then wanting to let go of the burden but not knowing how to or which avenue to go down. So you can, you know, therefore plan in advance, you know, for the walking away if that is what needs to happen. You know, and by, you know, for planning can maybe help you avoid the destruction, if any, that, you know, lies ahead, where, you know, you may be lucky enough to narrowly avert disaster. And I feel like this is averting the disaster by not coming to this point. And it's hard, it's tough, don't get me wrong. Because then it goes back to the security thing for you, where, you know, you feel like there's no security there. But this is going to further push you um, into the ineptitude of having security, you know? And I feel like that's why I said it somewhat in the beginning, like, of the reading, that I feel like just kind of wait it out. And I know that's hard to do, especially when, you know, you've been in situations like this, if this has been a situation that has just been going on for years and years and years. Because when you do it the right way, and maybe you wait for things and you try to healthily or appropriately avoid a total disaster, you know, that's when you must use your intuition. Speaking of intuition, the High Priestess, right here, and the Three of Cups. This is narrowly avoiding it, in a sense, but avoiding it by lessening it. That's what I mean, you know? Wow, let's pull a Jesus card, see what he has for you. Okay, he wanted to give you 3. Let me straighten this out a little bit. Came flying out. Okay. The first, nothing shall be impossible unto you, Matthew 17:20. The second, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God, Matthew 5:9. And the last, blessed are those that hear the word of God and keep it, Luke 11:28. I think that this was very apropos, Taurus. This is not keeping the peace, you know, it's really not, even though it's tough, don't get me wrong, but this is not keeping the peace. This is not going to get you out of feeling trapped. And I want to say that, you know, God, your higher power, who are that you confide in, is telling you that nothing is impossible, you know? It may seem like it is, but it's not once you once you use temperance, you know? Once you use your intuition, like the High Priestess that came out. That was at the bottom of the deck, you know, as I was drawing cards. By making the correct decisions that you need to make for yourself, as well as for other people, if there are other people that are involved. And by knowing when to leave and when to walk away, you know? But it's going to take time. You have to find the right time, the right avenue, you know, like, you have to give and wait around for it. And when you keep that in mind, Taurus, in terms of the teachings of God or your higher power, it'll come from love, and then you'll understand, or it'll be a a reminder, a constant reminder of the most important things that are in life. And keep the peace, most importantly, though. Because it may not be what you want to do, but it may be what you have to do right now. But this is all lesson in the long run. It's going to be. Okay, Taurus, check out Matthew 17:20, Matthew 5:9, and Luke 11:28. All right, this concludes your reading. It was a little tough, Taurus. I was picking up even a lot of empathic energies. You know, I can see the sadness, I can feel it. But, you know, what's the saying? Let me see. I got something the other day and it reminded me of this. It reminds me of it for sure. Okay. When things don't happen right away, remember, it takes 6 months to build a Rolls. It takes 6 months to build a Rolls Royce, but 13 hours to build a Toyota. Think about that. I'm gonna leave you guys with that, okay? If you would like to book a private reading, check the description box. We can look into this a little bit further into your unique situation. You can also book a natal chart or an astrology reading with me. You can look at your chart, see the places that need some, attention, see your past karma, what you brought into this life, some areas in your chart that need to be looked over, need to be worked upon, and that also comes with a tarot reading as well. See the description box for a link to the website in terms of more information being there for you guys. You guys can also contact me on the website through the chat app there. And yeah, all right, Taurus, stay strong. You can do this. Patience is a virtue. I know. All right, Taurus, we'll see ya.